What's up, fellow pitch people? Thank you for taking the time to stop with this video. Today, we're going to be talking about a few quick tips on how to pitch your cannabis business to potential investors. Tip number 1, get to the point. VCs only typically spend 3 minutes and 44 seconds reviewing a pitch. And if you haven't gotten your point across in the first 2 to 3 slides, they're not going to keep reading. So it's important that you're concise and that your message is clear and that it's organized in a way that's easily digestible to your audience. Your audience, hopefully, are people who've invested in cannabis before. You don't need to re-explain how the industry works. They know what they're looking for. At the beginning of your pitch deck, you should be pinpointing the gap in the market or the pain point that your company is going to solve and why your company has a solution that will solve it. How is your company going to effectively create a space for yourself in the market? Is it your social equity positioning? Is it the licenses you hold? Do you hold real estate? Do you have production facilities? Make sure it's clear you know what you're talking about and that you are an authority in the space. Number 2, create a sense of urgency. This industry is moving by so fast, and if you can insert yourself at the right time in the right place to be successful, the opportunity is limitless. So you have to portray that in your deck. Build a sense of urgency by knowing what you're talking about, how state, federal, and local are addressing those issues, and how your company is best positioned to take advantage in real time. You need to make sure they understand there is a sense of urgency to what you're doing. In a few months, it may just be too late. Because as we all know, as these laws start to become reality, regulation will quickly snap in and make these opportunities today non-starters tomorrow. Tip number 3. Know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers. I know it should go without saying, but you would be surprised at how many entrepreneurs in this space walk into a meeting not knowing their numbers frontward to backward, inside and out. A true VC that's invested in this space will ask you hard questions. You need to be ready to answer them confidently. And that all comes inside of your pitch materials. You need to make sure your pitch materials show a clear and definite understanding of your numbers. And finally, tip number 4. And again, this probably should go without saying, but there are some nuances to it. Make sure you differentiate yourself and your brand from the competition. There are so many brands coming out in the cannabis space right now, and some of them are amazing. So how does your brand stack up against the competition? Not only in what you offer, but what your brand's personality is, what your message is. And taking it a step further, making sure that your materials that you're presenting are an accurate representation of your brand. You can't skimp on materials, especially in the cannabis space. Investors want to know they're investing with stable professionals. So your materials are your very first impression that prove to a VC whether or not you can be trusted. Make sure there's a structure to them. You can go with the Sequoia pitch, which is the Sequoia Capital pitch, which I'll be doing a video later on about the value of having a format that you follow, but also when it's good to break the format. The Sequoia Capital deck is a great primer for how you should be organizing your deck so that a VC looks at it and it's familiar. Because the last thing you want to do is be so far out of the box that they don't even want to read your pitch. You need to be at least ticking off the boxes that they expect to see as investors. So that's it. 4 quick tips on pitching your cannabis company to investors. I hope this was helpful. Good luck, and may the pitch be with you.